I'm Dorothy Black, and today we are talking about polyamory. Polyamory is when you love and maybe have sex with more than one person. The main thing here is that you have a relationship, that it's not just sex with more than one person. You know, I always find it easier to explain polyamory and the extent of polyamory by touching on what it isn't. Polyamory is not polygamy. Polygamy is when you marry more than one person. You can be polyamorous without marrying anybody. You can be a polyamorous who's married to one person and involve other intimate relationships in your relationship model. Polyamory is also not open relationships. You know, open relationship is where you have a primary partner and you've agreed not to be monogamous, so you have sex with other people without necessarily having a love relationship with them. And also your primary partner doesn't necessarily need to know who and what and where and how and all the like little details about it. Swinging kind of falls into this category of open relationship. You know, polyamorous relationships are like having a really deep, intimate, meaningful relationship with more than one person at the time. You know, polyamorous relationships are really conducted in a spirit of honesty, of openness, of consent, and so everybody's on the same page. Everybody knows about each other. Everybody knows who's involved with who. Everybody agrees to be part of this relationship. Nothing is hidden from any of the parties involved. You know, polyamorists might have a primary partner, someone who gets their priority focus, their time, their priority energy, their priority input value, and then that partner might have a little bit more say about how the relationships around them run, but all in all, everyone knows about each other and everyone is kind of on equal footing. And in some polyamory groups, you know, the lovers are actually connected to each other. They share loving, intimate relationships with each other, so within the group. But ultimately, whichever form your polyamory takes, whether you have a primary partner or you're all equally involved with each other in the group, there is consent, there is honesty, there is openness about what is going on. You know, some people say that polyamory really is the most logical way for human beings to go, that we're not really sort of set up for monogamy, and that you can't really expect one person to fulfill all your needs. And I think there's a lot of truth there, but I think it's worth saying that polyamory is not for everyone because it is a lot of hard work. You know, I think most people can't even manage one meaningful, honest, open relationship, let alone, you know, juggling 2 or 3 or 4 of them. If you're scared or uncomfortable talking honestly about your feelings, dealing with scary feelings like insecurities and jealousies, then you can forget about it. You know, if a one-on-one relationship takes a lot of effort, then, you know, a 1-on-2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people is going to take a lot more effort. It's going to take a lot more energy. It's going to take a lot more time. It's going to take a lot more of your honesty and a lot more of you kind of like delving into feelings that you have, because, you know, rest assured, it's not like polyamorists live in some sort of bubble of, you know, happy good time feels. They struggle with their own feelings of jealousy and insecurities and feelings of sexual and emotional possessiveness and issues that they need to deal with. It's just that to make those relationships work, they really deal with those feelings. They take the time to explore them, to talk about it with their partners, and to talk about what they want, about what they need. And honestly, I don't think a lot of people with one relationship are able to do that. So I think polyamory really takes a lot of emotional maturity. And I think if you're going to call yourself a polyamorous, you need to be very certain about the respect that you're bringing to it and the respect that you're bringing to other people. If it's just the case of you wanting to have sex with a lot of people, and there's nothing wrong with that, if you want to have sex with a lot of different people, then maybe it's just that monogamy isn't for you for now, or you need a monogamous relationship that's open. So yeah, that's it. Polyamory 101.